Hi, my name is Roger Adler, and I'm here today to talk about the Brian Moore Guitar's IGuitar. The IGuitar is a unique guitar in the sense that it has three streams of information coming out of it. So in many ways it's like a conventional electric guitar. It's got magnetic pickups that you see here, a double, single, and double coil pickups, a real typical but very versatile, flexible pickup arrangement. But in addition to that, the sound from those magnetic pickups, there's a special piezo bridge pickup, and there's individual pickups in each of the saddles for the strings, and the sound from that you can take with a separate cable into your PA system or an acoustic guitar amp, and the output of that sounds very much like an acoustic guitar. I'll demonstrate all of these sounds in a minute. And then in addition to that, it's got a 13-pin MIDI system, so this piezo, RMC piezo pickup also puts out a MIDI output that can come through this cable into a Roland GI-20 interface box, and from there via USB into your computer if you're using it to record with or to play virtual instruments that are part of popular applications like GarageBand, Reason, different things like that. So rather than talk about it, let me just demonstrate the different types of sounds that you can get out of this guitar. First of all, I'm playing just the conventional magnetic pickups, and the output of that I have going into a track in GarageBand, and I'm using a guitar amplifier simulation in GarageBand, so it sounds like it's coming through a big amp with effects on it already. So you've got that type of sound. So you could be plugged into a conventional guitar amplifier and use all the sounds that you're used to using with your guitar and amp. Or you could, if you're doing something like this, you could use amplifier simulations that are part of these different applications. Then also, you could, I'll turn that down for a second. With this volume knob over here, you can bring in the sound of this piezo bridge pickup, which has the acoustic guitar sound. So you could blend, you could blend those two if you'd like. So you can bring. So you can kind of get a combination of that acoustic sound and your distorted sound, which is a pretty big sound. Then let me turn those off for a second. You also have the capability through the 13-pin MIDI system going into the Roland GI-20 interface and into the computer. You can use that to play virtual instruments that are part of GarageBand, Logic, Reason, etc. For instance, I've got an electric piano. So it's a lot of fun to be able to play those type of sounds which keyboard players basically controlled in the past. I'm going to go to a completely different sound here just to kind of give you an idea of what's possible. Rather than a piano sound, I'm going in GarageBand here, I'm going to go to an organ sound like it says heavy metal organ. That'll work. Turn that up a little bit, that's kind of quiet. Now, one of the things that this guitar has is a special switch here on the guitar. I don't know if you can see it, but it's the ability, it gives you the ability to move up an octave or down an octave with your sounds, and very useful with keyboard sounds because a lot of times you might need a different range. So if I drop this down an octave, you can use the lower range of that particular sound. Now there's nothing that would stop you then from blending in the acoustic sound from the piezo pickup. And then you could even add in the electric guitar sound. got the organ sound, the piezo pickup acoustic electric sound, and the guitar amplifier simulation sound. You have all of those happening at the same time. So you could easily do that live too. You don't need a computer to do that. What you would use is something like this. These GR series, this is a GR20 from Roland. You can plug, you don't even need an interface like this GI20. You can plug from the guitar directly into this because it has a 13-pin MIDI input, and you can use this to get all kinds of, synth type sounds and samples and that sort of thing. So you could use that very easily live with this and an amp. You could have all three streams of sound coming out of your guitar at the same time, and you could use it live. And the guitar gives you the ability to switch between them, so you can just turn different. There's a volume control for each of those three streams of sound coming out of the guitar, so you can blend them any way you'd like to. Guitar players are pretty traditional people, and they kind of fall into the, I like Stratocasters, I like Les Pauls, kind of two different camps in general, I would say. And being a guitar player and owning all of those kind of guitars for all of these years, I understand that completely. And I would say, just as a guitar player, I'm a fan of these Brian Moore guitars. I used the Brian Moore guitar exclusively to record an album at the urging of Apple Computer. I do a lot of presentations on GarageBand, their entry-level recording application. And so I created an album called the Garage Album, and I used my Brian Moore guitar for all of the guitar sounds. I didn't use any guitar amplifiers. I used all of the amplifier simulations, all different types of guitar amp simulations and effects that are in GarageBand. And then I also used the MIDI capabilities of the IGuitar to play all the what people would call or think of as keyboard parts, synthesizer parts and organ and piano and that sort of thing. So I use my IGuitar completely as the input device for the whole album, and it was a very satisfying experience. Really came out really well, I think, and I'm proud of it and pleased with it. Now, besides, this is a double cutaway guitar, obviously, with a double, single, double pickup configuration. That's really flexible. It's somewhat common, but there's a few tricky, clever things that they did here to get you even more sounds. There's a 5-way pickup selector switch, and if you have it in this first position, it's just this humbucker. When it's in the second position, it's these two pickups together. When it's in the middle, it's just the middle pickup. When it's in position 4, you have the middle and bridge pickup, and in position 5, it's just the bridge pickup. Now, these double coil pickups, for those who don't really know a lot about that, the double coil pickups kind of have a fatter, more mid-rangey and fuller sound, and single pickups, generally speaking, have a thinner, brighter sound. And so the ability to kind of blend between those is important, and is something guitar players have come to expect. Now, in addition to that, for instance, on a Fender Stratocaster, you have 3 single coil pickups on a Fender Stratocaster, and so this guitar can kind of emulate the sound you can get from a guitar like that, because you can pull out on this volume knob, and that splits this, so it's just a single coil pickup. You can also do with this knob by pulling it out. You can make this a single coil pickup, so you could have all 3 single coil pickups going there, and still then blend between those with the 5-way selector, or you could leave the back bridge position, in a double coil pickup setting for, like a lot of times guitar players do that for lead guitar. So when they want to maybe play their guitar solo, they go to their bridge position, which is going to be a little brighter and a little treblier anyway. On a single coil pickup, it might be too piercing or whatever. So a lot of times it's nice to have a double coil or humbucking pickup in the back in the bridge position. Brian Moore also makes some other guitars. For instance, they have a broad line of guitars, but in the IGuitar line, they also have what I would call more of a traditional single cutaway looking guitar, beautiful tops, gorgeous guitars, play real well, set up great right out of the box, and it has all the same configurations as far as pickup selection and that sort of thing, and volume controls for each of the 3 streams of output from the guitar. It has the MIDI output, of course. And one of the things that's unique about Brian Moore guitars is the way that the top is contoured like this, and it's a real comfortable guitar to play. And a lot of times if you have a beautiful guitar and then you have a pickguard covering up half of the top, it's frustrating, and so for years guitar players have been taking the pickguards off of their beautiful guitars so you could see more of the beautiful flamed maple or curly maple or quilted maple depending on the guitar. And so because this has got this contour, you really don't need a pickguard anyway. The pick really doesn't come anywhere near the top, so you don't have to worry about scratching the top of your guitar. You'd have to try really hard to do that, and it's very comfortable to play. And then also they have something unique. They have this input jack back here, and you plug in here and bring your guitar cord across the strap, and it's kind of it's a clever way of doing it, and it makes the cable stand real well. Guitar players have been for years figuring out ways to loop their cable across so it doesn't get pulled out when they run across the stage. So that's one of their guitars. There's another one here, kind of a beautiful, I don't know, purplish blue. Now this guitar is basically the same as the guitar I'm playing here today. This is my guitar, and I love this guitar. I use it all the time. I used it at the inaugural ball for President Bush back in January, and I just used it in Las Vegas last week for a big event that I produced. It's a really versatile guitar. Love these guitars, and this is real pretty. I like blue, or is that purple? I'm not sure. Anyway. So the whole point of the iGuitar, you know, the thing that makes it unique, I think, is the fact, like I said, you've got this 3 streams of information coming out of the guitar, and it's really a versatile guitar. You can get every possible kind of sound you can imagine out of it, and you can use it for recording, you can use it live. It's just it's a way of using technology to give you more possibilities and more sound possibilities and lots of tonal colors and that sort of thing. I think it's a great guitar, and I urge you to get one in your hands, plug it in, and check it out.